Hello, can I be here? Can you hear me? I believe you can. Okay, so this is a very quick test kind of video that I'm going to be making. Very quickly show you how to kind of make this box here. So I'm going to create a simple box. I don't know, good old classic type of box. I'm actually going to shrink this a little bit because just to make it easier to see what's going on when I actually go ahead and do it. I'm going to get a modifier. I'm going to go edit poly. And now, when your edit poly is on, you're going to be editing this box. You're going to be doing all kinds of jazz and situations. You know, you're going to be editing size. You're going to be like inset things and then extrude them and kind of create a weird kind of shape. And eventually, you'll get kind of the type of result that you're looking for personally. And you know, you'll be doing all kinds of funny things with your newfound skills. Yeah, just a little quick example of some random object that has complex structure to it and doesn't actually really have a complex structure to it. Now, next step is to unselect this. You don't want to have this selected. You want to click that again and make sure nothing is selected. Just select the entire edit poly, and then you go to here, you press, if you don't select the whole thing, you're going to have trouble. If you don't click on this and you don't have any of those selected, you're going to have a lot of trouble in the future. And you go UMV editor, UVW, unwrap UVW. You click on that, you'll see these green lines appear on the object. You're going to want to set a projection. There you go, it fits perfectly. You see this box around there, that's going to be a projection. It's going to specify the shape and where everything is going to be deconstructed. Then you're going to go open UV editor, and when you click UV editor, you see that there are, you open this up, you select polygon. So now you can select these polygons. You see that these surfaces are kind of mashed together in the scene. We've got like really weird situations going on with these surface selections. Some of the surfaces are really weirdly put together. So for quick and easy access to these surfaces, you click flatten custom. Or you could do flatten by material ID or whatever. Flatten by polygon angle. But you can try out different flattens. Actually, that's pretty good so far. It's not perfect, but yeah. Whoops, a daisy. You want to make sure you select everything before you select everything in the viewport before you can flatten on the side, and you flatten, alright? And you press Control D to unselect everything. There you go. Now you should have this kind of scene here. Now you see this little how there's this red over the top here. That's because one part of the object is selected. And this is a big part of the thing. What you're going to do is there's many solutions that you can go about this. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to not do that. I'm going to don't think I have the option to do what I'm trying to do. So that is something that I won't do. Alright. We're going to click, and we're going to click on peel mode, or peel. Quick peel. Alright? Click on quick peel. That will remove that from the thing. You do the same for this one on top. So you unselect everything, and you go here and you click on quick peel. And that should like get rid of these weird surfaces on top. And you do it until you can actually click on these things on the inside. So yep, quick peel, and that's good. Now what we're going to do for the moment, and don't do this just for a couple of minutes, you're actually going to move these off the screen. Move these out of the way so you can actually select everything on the inside. There you go. Do the same with this one, and they're out of the way. Now, I'm going to take, I don't know why this is connected here, this is a bit weird. I'm going to select it all, and I'm going to scale this. You press E to quickly access your scale tool, That's actually rotation tool, never mind. Press W to access your scale tool. No, click R to access your scale tool, and then you shrink it down. Just so you got a bit of space to add these extra surfaces on here. And then you're going to move this to the corner here, so out of the way. And then you're going to shrink these down, going to rotate it, rotate with E, then press W to move. Simple. Simple and sweet. Now you want to make them generally the same size as everything else here. Doesn't really matter that much in this example, but you'll be able to see what's happening in the viewport anyway once we add the texture. So you can also hold control to kind of skip between us. Also, I think my gain has suddenly increased. Let me fix that. Yes, my gain was suddenly increased. Let me put that down again. Don't know why it keeps doing that to me. Yeah, I'm going to move this. W. Come over here. I'm going to shrink it so it fits. Then you can, once again, you can hold control to kind of like snap. Like when you're rotating, you can hold control to kind of snap in a direction. No, you can't. Whatever. Never mind. Don't, you completely ignore that. Yeah. And make sure everything fits on this plane. And once again, remember, everything might not necessarily be perfect, but that can be fixed later on. Alright? This will do for now. What we're going to do next is we're going to add a texture in the material editor. Yeah, this little thing. Sometimes people may have a material editor that looks like this. Hold on a second. Slate material editor. Oh. Sorry about the random audio increase. It keeps doing this to me for some reason. So we go to the slate material editor. And some people will tend to see this, and you'll get this button instead of the classical material editor or the compact material editor, which is much easier to understand and use. Now we're going to pick one of these empty textures. Well, it doesn't really matter which one you pick, but we're going to pick an empty one, and we're going to click on diffuse under here. We're going to click on this little box. We're going to go to bitmap, and we're going to put a little texture in. I have this texture prepared from earlier. It's a cardboard kind of box shape. Now this is a JPEG. I don't really care at the moment, but you're actually best off using a PNG file because it's much better quality, I assume. Even though, I don't know, you know what? Doesn't matter which one you use in the end. So we add this, and that's in there. We're also going to use that same map in the texture checker. So we're going to, one quick tip before anything. If you have a look at the texture checker, you can see in scene if this is distorted. And as you notice, this will be distorted. It has some sides are bigger than the others. But we won't worry about that for the moment. It doesn't really matter that much. Instead, we're going to go pick texture. It actually does matter a lot, but in this particular situation, I'm just trying to show you basically what's going to happen. And we're going to open this. So you can see we've got this box texture here. Now if we move this texture, because this has got the map on it, so explicit map channel, alright. It's going to, crap. We're going to have to drag this onto this object here. Once it's dragged on, you can see it. You won't be able to see anything until you click this. Now one quick tip, some people have had mistakes with this, not naming names, but some people have this modifier in clay, or some other kind of modifier that that actually like ruins the kind of the viewport and kind of not the viewport, but it means that they can't actually use this for some reason. You want to stay on default shading. Always stay on default shading because otherwise you won't be able to see the texture on the object. Now, as you can see, if I move this around, you'll see that the texture changes. And I've got the wrong tool on here. But as you see, as this moves around, you see that the texture kind of moves. Now, the whole purpose of that is to move textures into positions that you find would be best. Now, sometimes you'll end up with like this thing's connected. You don't want that connected there because you want to like edit each part of this thing. So that part, this part here is that part there. And when you move this around, it changes the texture here. But you notice how that other texture there is getting distorted as well. Not just this one. It's because we're actually stuck with two. You can also select in the viewport as well, and it shows where it is on here. But you have you're actually stuck with this what you call it, this is stuck, this part and this part are stuck to each other, and you don't want that sometimes. Well, sometimes you may want that because it is an easier unwrap. So what you can do is you can click the quick peel button. You can also go peel mode, but that will peel everything manually, and you don't want to like everything you click and it just get confusing. Like just click quick peel. That's all you need. You click it, it'll make it big. That's perfectly fine. All you have to do is you just have to rescale it, and if you want, just move it around and rotate it. It's perfect. Now, it absolutely does not matter if these are overlapping with each other. It only really matters if you don't want the texture to repeat over the top of it. The only problem you'll have is just selecting stuff that's underneath it, but it's fine. Just select the actual texture in the viewport, and then just move it around. And you should be fine. That should mainly solve most issues that you have with the thing. But as you notice, like, for example, this texture here, if I move it around and it changes on the thing, now it's different. Same with, this will be distorted, but don't worry about that. Well, you need to worry about that, but I'm not worrying about it right now for demonstrational purposes. As I move this around, the texture changes. That's what it's most useful for. It is a really good idea to use this texture checker to look for distortions. If you notice, this is incredibly distorted. It's really easy to fix this distortion. Just click here. See where it's distorted? Yeah, it's flat. Also, you might come across these flat ones as well that are really... so you may come across these. Notice how this is really, really distorted. It's because this has actually been compacted into a line for some reason. It's simple solution. Just click peel, and it comes off. And I don't know where it went. What happened? Huh? Something weird has happened. Hold on a second. Press Ctrl Z. I'm going to click here. Click peel. And then... Well then, something weird's happening here. Doesn't really matter. Oh, you don't have to ask. You might have to consult the internet for that issue. I usually don't have that issue. Maybe just screw around with these buttons a little bit, and you should be able to work something out. If you like, that kind of will reset it. Then you can try again. You know what? I think I actually fixed the issue. I don't think I think I might have accidentally fixed... Yeah, I did fix the issue. It just means you're going to have to restart again and like fix all your tiles and stuff. But yeah, okay. Well, there you go. There's a solution. If you're having like trouble with that, just reset it using this. Just make sure you select everything when you do it, because otherwise you're just going to be flattening some of them. And like so, yeah, that should be the end of it. All I can really say, because I'm not really that good at using this program. But yeah, hopefully this video helped, and if that's all, I'll see you later.